Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? How's everyone today? Welcome to Embodying the Archetypes with myself and David. It's lovely to see you. Got some people in red. We've got some pink backgrounds. We've got some blue backgrounds. Finding the similarities sometimes on screen is quite nice, the themes. Lorna's got a lovely plant. Is that a real plant, Lorna, that's on your screen?
That's a mystery that you will have to solve.
Oh.
Just say he survives very well in the dark.
Okay. Either it's a spooky plant or it's a nice thing.
It's a good plastic plant. It's a good one.
Plastic, fantastic. That's what I always say with boats. Although I love classic boats, but plastic is a lot more manageable. Okay, so let's get into what we're doing today. Today we're continuing a theme that we started in our last sessions to explore around cycles, and in particular today, cycles as they relate to creativity. So the kind of the seasons of creating something, the seasons of making something happen, and we're going to explore that through the archetypes and getting some support from our archetypes to help you in each stage of creating. Because as with everything, we have personal preferences and bias. That means we might be brilliant starters and terrible implementers. That we might be brilliant implementers and then forget to finish things off and not wrap things up. And we might be brilliant at that and then not take any rest in between. So, and all of that is adjustable. You know, nothing is not available to us. With a little bit of awareness and a bit of practice, we can expand our facility for anything, really, I believe. It's also great to bring in support for people to fill your gaps. People who are great at the things you're not, to help you. But actually, as creators, we can do whatever's needed to make our creations happen. So that's what we're going to be exploring today. Let's have a little moment to check in. So pre-centering, how are you turning up today? Like in your emotional being, how are you feeling? If it's a 1 to 10 and 1 is feeling low and really struggling and 10 is incredibly happy off the scale, maybe if you'd hold up your fingers, or you can put it in the chat, where are you today? We've got 6, we've got 7, 6, 7. I would say we've got Anuba at 4 and David at 7. Yes, I think I'm a 6 or a 7. Be gentle with yourself, Anuba, and we all love you. We're with you. We all have our 4 days. I hope you're okay. And energy-wise, maybe on the screen we can do this. Where are you with your energy? Is it low, struggling to get out of bed or to be in action? Oh, not hugely high energy. Mine's pretty low. I'm sleeping badly at the moment. It was really lovely to wake up this morning, know I had this, and go, oh, I'm really tired, and then go, it's okay, sovereign will help. Just let sovereign in, and my sovereignty will help me. It's really valuable. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so let's take a little moment then to center, to come into our bodies, to come into our time together. Such a valuable, easy thing to do. And remembering this is a great opportunity to practice centering eyes open, so that you practice the facility to do it anytime, any place, anywhere. Take a moment to notice your body as it is right now. Letting it be, letting everything that is be. Notice your bottom on the seat. Feel your feet wherever they are. On the floor, maybe resting on the bed, wherever you're seated. From there, adjusting your alignment, maybe working at any kinks or tight bits, finding a comfortably upright stance, and take a moment to relax through your core. So around and between your eyes, imagine that you can soften that area. Relaxing your jaw and your tongue. Maybe letting your mouth just hang a little bit open. And then down to your neck and shoulders. Down your torso to your belly. Let that soften. And then take a breath when you're ready. And let it go. And in this space that you've now created, in yourself, in your connection, ask yourself, what would you love today? What's today about for you? Connect with something you'd love to be your end result for today. And let that come. Anything that comes, allow that to be your end result without rationalizing it out. I get rest and connection, which is a lovely end result. So whatever you've got, connect with that and go, okay, that's what I'm gonna create. That's my end result today. It might feel beyond your reach, or it might feel very accessible. It doesn't matter. Choose it anyway. And then over the day, you can keep connecting in with it and remind yourself what it is that you want today as your priority. And when you're ready, come back to the screen. And I'm just interested to know what you got, if you'd be willing to share, because it's maybe something we can use in the session as we go through the cycles of creativity. So did everybody get something that they're going to make their priority for the day? Yeah. Would anybody be willing to share that either in the chat or by unmuting? Warm fluidity from Lorna, beautiful. Compassion from Victoria. A deep appreciation of embodying the archetypes. Lovely, David. Nourishment for body and mind. Sounds like a really good plan in Uber. And I feel like Alison, are you writing something? You look like you are. Clear and open. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, so everybody's got something that's really lovely. The thing to hold with this is a part of creating, is not to decide that you need to know how to do that. Decide that's going to happen. If you keep your focus on it, somehow the ideas, the opportunities will come to you. And hopefully what we're going to do today can also help you a little bit with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with this end result that you have for the day. And we're going to look at it through the lens of the cycles of creativity. So you have the spring, which is your germination phase, where the seed gets planted. In a way, we're already in spring, but we'll still work, we'll work with it through the archetypes anyway. So it's planting of ideas, it's preparation time. It's kind of, for some people, it might be a selection time. If you're a very big ideas person and you have lots of ideas, then spring can also be about deciding what it is you're going to prioritize in your many ideas. If you don't have many ideas, then spring might be quite a kind of slow, long, gentle process for you to allow them to come, to give yourself space. Then we have the next season is moving into assimilation or summer, where you bring your creation to life, where you bring it into the world. And this can be action, but it's careful. It's the thing to do, to be careful of, is that you're not doing like, to make this happen, I have to sort out this, I have to make sure I do that. It's so great with this phase to be led by what is most obvious, by that end result, by the thing that is drawing you, by your vision, to be guided by that. And we're going to get some archetypal help with assimilation. So if you're somebody who holds off from action, then you might be able to get some help from an archetype to dive in. Or if you're somebody who just goes without any reflection time, then maybe a different archetype can help you. And then the autumn, or the completion phase, one of my favorites. That certainly has become my favorite. Time to round things up, to pull in the learnings, to assess how it's been, to close things off kindly and gently, so that you're ready to move on into the next creative cycle. And then finally, winter, or the rest phase, where you actually just take time out. There might be a little bit more reflection about what you've done, but it's also really valuable for it to be kind of time between. So if you'd like to explore that with me through the body, you can join me standing, or you can do this seated if you prefer. And please, really make sure you're listening to your own guidance on that. I'm listening to my own guidance that I need a gulp of tea. Not stand either. Okay, can you see me? The light in here isn't great. I'm sorry, we are getting to our darker mornings now. All right, so let's take a moment in Sovereign to begin, just because apart from anything, it's really lovely to take a bit of a moment to connect with your sovereignty. So feeling your feet firmly, but maybe imagine also fairly softly planted on the floor. Feeling the feeling of the earth, the ground beneath your feet, that you are supported. And then up at the other end, feeling your uprightness, that sense of wearing the crown, wearing your sovereignty, crown on your head, really giving you that feeling of being the king or queen of your world, being the king and queen of your world. A sense of being guided from above, from the higher, from your intuition, from your values, from your vision. And imagine that sense of that the crown that you wear in your imagination gently flowing down your body. Like you have a right to rule. It is your divine purpose to rule yourself, to be your own sovereign. Allow this feeling to gently, imaginatively trickle down your body, softening, relaxing as you go, until it meets your feet where they're planted on the earth. And as you relax down, as you imagine relaxing down into the earth, that support becomes something of a lift as well. And if you don't actually experience this, then it's simply imagine it. Or if your imagination is a quiet thing, then tell yourself it is so. Just say, this is what happens. The earth is supporting me and bringing that rise back up into my body, your spine lifting, supporting your uprightness, your presence in the world. And once again, if you'd like to close your eyes at this point to connect with your end result that we connected with earlier, then by all means do. Or if you want to practice doing it with your eyes open, it's another good opportunity. Imagine that end result. Imagine creating that. Imagine the end of your day if you have managed to make that end result real, or as if you've made that real. So what might that feel like, reaching your end of your day? And reaching it with compassion, or being clear and open. Experience nourishment for your body and mind. Appreciating the archetypes. Experiencing warm fluidity. Give yourself a moment to enjoy and bring alive that possibility in your imagination. When you have a sense of it as the place you're heading to, we're going to begin with the seasons, with the cycles of creativity, moving through them and inviting in whichever archetype of the lover or the warrior or the magician or sovereign that you might need to support you to have a useful and enjoyable experience of that bit of your creative day. So let's begin with the germination phase, the spring aspect. It's time to begin this creation. So take a moment to connect. Who is the archetype that's going to support you in your spring, your relationship to spring? Personally, I'm getting a magician energy, a creative, imaginative one, but it might be different for you. So take a moment to embody that archetype. So if it's that magician energy, you might go up. Lover, you might soften or give yourself some connection time or open to receive. Warrior, you might go into a more forward. And sovereign, we already have maybe a stately walk to support you. So if you embody this archetype, imagining that part of your creative day, bringing out ideas, what's going to support you in your end result? What ways would you like to, for example, for me, who do I want to connect with? Who might I reach out to? How are you going to find compassion and warmth for yourself or fluidity in the day? And let the archetype and your embodiment of that archetype support you and see what difference that makes. If at any time you want help or support, put your hand up. And give it a few moments, doing whatever you get to do. If that's stillness, then let the stillness inform you. If that's movement, let the movement inform you. Interesting. Okay. And after a few minutes with that, bring it back to center. Moment back in your sovereignty. As we then move towards summer, the assimilation phase, bringing your creation to life, the action. This is where any action that is required will take place. And bringing again from that point of connection with yourself and with your end result, ask yourself, which archetype will support me in this stage of my creative day? Interesting again, I'm getting lover. You might have some warrior energy, you might have some magician energy or some more sovereign. Notice it doesn't need to change. You might just need one archetype supporting you today, or you might need all four of them. And again, if it requires movement, let your body move. Stillness, let your body be still. You can get a lot of great action from stillness. Sometimes really not helpful action just by beetling away, by being busy. And what does this embodiment tell you about what you can create in the assimilation phase, in the summer of your creative day? Is there a way you can approach it that's going to really support you, that's going to make it very natural and easy for you, or that's going to be, might be more demanding, but will be a difference for you that will have good results? And then once again, after a few minutes, let it inform you, then bring your body back, gently resettle into a connection point, a sovereign stance. At some point, the assimilation phase must come to an end, and you need to move into completion, into the autumn of your creative endeavor. So once again, inviting in that sense of what is the archetype that will support me with my autumn? You go with the first one you get, without needing to know why it's turned up or how it will help. Rationally, it might not make any sense to you. But then when you embody it, you might get more information about that, the way this will help you in your completion time. Letting your creation come to an end, gathering in the learning. Again, after a little bit of an exploration, noticing anything that's there for you, come back to center, wherever you are. Take a breath. That's the creative part of your cycle complete. And moving into the rest phase between cycles, your winter. What will support you? Which archetype is going to support you to give yourself a winter or to really enjoy some winter time? And I just want to share this because it might be somebody else might be having a similar experience. I got a bit confused then because I was getting sovereign, warrior, lover, sovereign, magician, warrior, lover. I thought, oh, hold on, which one is it? And I thought, oh, it's all of them. So you might get a sense of more than one coming to help you for any aspect, any part of your creative cycle. Give it a few moments, experiencing it in your body. Particularly if you're not good at giving yourself rest. It's not a natural stage of creativity for you. Let yourself have some experience of it. And with that, bring it to close. When you're ready, come back into your body, stay in your body, wherever you are, and join us back seated in your own time. I got some really interesting observations from that. I'd love to hear your experiences. If anybody would like to unmute and share, we don't have long for sharing today, but so if you could be brief, that would be great. Alison.
That was so lovely, thank you. And I felt the same archetypes that you were describing as well with magician, just the lightness and the creative opening things up. For me, I'm aiming towards the clear and the openness, and that's what magician brings. And then lover came, because bringing the joy and delight. And I enjoyed the exercise from last week, which I did with the recording, and found that it's a wonderful way just to do all your actions consciously, with bringing in love. So I think joy and delight is the keynote for me, and a sense of sovereign with the completion, because my sovereign has the overview. And then I had that feeling of all of them, but magician is kind of guiding the way with the rest, because the rest again is time for joy and delight, but just a different pace altogether, with no obligation, no expectation, just for myself to really release everything and see what magic will happen. That's it. Thank you so much. It was lovely.
Beautiful, Alison. Thank you for sharing that. That's really great. We've got time for one more share if anybody would like to. Lorna, yes.
Hi Thea. Just the winter, just before you said, if like you may be going, oh, which archetype is it? I found, I thought, oh, I'm not getting into this spontaneously. So my body just in itself, maybe because of my confusion, started just circling in on spot, and it felt perfectly right. Just doing a kind of experiencing a cycle, a gentle cycle on the spot. That's all I can say.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So,
your body.
Thank you.
Our bodies do have this wisdom. It amazes me again and again. And if you get your head out of the picture a little bit, calm down that rational mind and let your thoughts drift away and focus on your body. The way forward it shows, I find just amazing. I love it. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you for sharing that. It's really valuable to remember. David, I don't know if you want to finish with any observations or additions.
Very briefly, just to say that like at the end in winter, it really felt like all 4 archetypes were kind of almost like coming together and sitting around a table and having a good debrief and a good, that was a job well done, and what can we learn from it. It had a real togetherness to it. That was definitely my experience of it. So thank you. That was a really lovely experience. And I also loved the bit when you were talking with Sovereign, where you were saying about the crown and have it trickle down. I really enjoyed that too.
Yeah,
thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Good. Okay, so go create your end results today. Like, things are going to come in, life comes in. Coming out of this session is a time of actually taking what we've learned here into assimilation, so into your life. So remember, take a moment occasionally in that sovereign stance to reconnect with that end result, and then let yourself
I just need to ask a question. Are you still going to go ahead with your Archetypes project in November?
Yes.
You don't know. I'm available. I wasn't going to be available Tuesdays. I'd love to join you. So just to let you know.
Okay, that's wonderful.
And I can pay by Visa, not PayPal. Okay.
That's brilliant, Lorna. Lovely to know. Great. We'll
thank you. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.